This video is about a controller to retrieve. And retrieve comes in two versions because we will have a retrieve all, that's a list of all books, and we will have a retrieve for just retrieving one book. Okay, so we go to app, controllers, here's our book controller. And the first one is retrieve all books. If you do this as an assignment, then answer all the questions that are in here, read the instructions and answer all the questions. And what we will do is find, always read the documentation. And that is find. And you have to check what's the difference between a Mongo find and what is the between a Mongo find and a Mongoose find. So you have to answer that question to pass this as an assignment. Anyhow, so now we will create that controller for retrieving all books. And how to retrieve all books. Oops. That's okay. That's just a little bit too much. Only this one. So that's it. So we export our update controller, and our update controller, that's the no, not the update. That's not right. We want to retrieve all books here. So where are all books? This is the controller for our books. And that will be a list. So a list. So the name of the controller will be list. It's a function expression, request object, response object. If I do a find, I can have conditions and fields that I like to return. If I do nothing, then everything will be found and everything will be returned. I can also add a modification date with a descending order, and that is by passing -1 as an object. That will be executed, and I will create a result object for this one that has a meta, a doc, and an error if that can come here. And be sure that find returns an array. Even it doesn't return anything at all, because there are no documents at this moment, there are no books at this moment, then it will still be an array, but an empty array. But the result will always be an array. Find returns an array, even if it's empty or not. That's for retrieving all books and retrieving one book. That pretty much looks the same with this kind of difference. Instead of find, we will use find one. And find one only returns the first document, and it's not an array. So this will be an object. Not an array of objects, but just a plain object. That specific document. Well, we don't need that controller, of course. Now we have two controllers here for one retrieving detail, and the name for that is detail, and detail will return just one book. List will return all books, and detail will return just one book. And that's our controller for retrieving books.